DARPA specialist Dr. Mark Klein flies to Moldova from Virginia, the ongoing organization area of the U.S. military in the continuous Moldovan conflict, to be counseled on one of his manifestations, a line of hyperspectral imaging goggles that have been given to troops there. In the wake of showing up at a U.S. military airbase on the edges of Chisinau, he meets with U.S. Armed Force General Orland and CIA official Fran Madison. They show him film caught by the soldiers' goggles of a strange, clear, humanoid specter that kills momentarily. Realizing it is an impedance, Orland needs Klein's well-qualified assessment prior to sending the discoveries and film to his bosses. On the other hand, Madison trusts the sightings to be individuals from the neighborhood revolt wearing a high-level type of dynamic cover and has orders from her bosses to recover an example. To have a more clear chance of the peculiarities and distinguish them, both Klein and Madison go with a group of Delta Power administrators into the field to find Utah group that disappeared the other day. To catch a superior picture of the specters, Klein mounts a bigger, all the more remarkable rendition of the hyperspectral camera on top of one of the heavily clad staff transporters. After showing up at the area, they find each of the individuals from the Utah group, with the exception of one part named Comstock, who is tracked down alive concealing under a bath, are dead alongside the guerrillas. They are trapped by the Phantoms, who being impenetrable to little arms fire and explosives, cause weighty setbacks before the warriors retreat. After landmines render their vehicles inoperable and kill Comstock, the gathering hides in a neglected production line where they find two kids blockaded inside. The specters endeavor to follow them however are come by an obstruction of iron shavings. The youngsters share that their dad dissipated the shavings to safeguard his kids before he was killed. The survivors connect with the airbase and set up a meeting. Klein changes the hyperspectral camera into a huge searchlight, which empowers the gathering to see the Phantoms without the requirement for goggles. Klein brings up various boxes of iron shavings lying around the production line, which the unit uses to transform their explosives into IEDs bound with iron shavings to allow them a battling opportunity. Strengthened with these new weapons, the gathering sets out for the meeting point about a half pretty far from the plant. About an hour prior to the extraction time, the nebulous visions figure out how to cross the boundary, driving the survivors away from the manufacturing plant. The specters pursue the gathering, who utilizes the iron explosives to dial them back. Fortifications and a helicopter evac go along with them at the meeting point, a generally deserted court. Nonetheless, they are trapped by the specters and are scarcely ready to escape as the figures kill one of the youngsters and the troopers sent as reinforcement. When securely in the air, they get word from Orland that the ghosts have overwhelmed the airbase, so they are diverted to a regular citizen dugout constrained by the unified Moldovan military. Thoroughly considering what he gained from the little kid they have saved, Klein finds the nebulous visions are logical man-made and are made of Bose-Einstein condensate, which makes sense of their capacity for travel through walls, freeze individuals to death, and the failure to go through iron shavings and fired materials, consequently their powerlessness to enter earthenware tank covering and Comstock's concealing put under the bath. Working for the time being with Orland and getting through military architects, he builds a few stopgap beat weapons fit for separating the condensate. The following morning, the excess American fighters head to the Masarov power plant in the focal point of the city by V-22 Ospreys, as Klein accepts it as the main office equipped for producing the power expected to make the condensate. While the troopers mount a hostile interruption on the top of the plant, Klein and Madison dive down to an as-of-late overwhelmed research center inside. They reason that researchers, working in weapons research for the previous system, were filtering people on a subatomic level and involving progressed 3D printing to imitate them in condensate structure. The human guinea pigs' cerebrums and fringe sensory systems were then eliminated and connected to a focal machine that keeps the condensate duplicates or phantoms alive. With the fight above taking steps to deliver the leftover condensates, Klein at long last completes enactment of the safeguard framework, which deactivates the condensate ghosts. Accepting that anything level of cognizance remaining is in torment, he turns off the human remaining parts from the machine, at last giving them harmony. With the specters gone, the U.S. and partnered Moldovan military proceed with their work of assuming command over the city from the agitators. A branch of Guard extraction group is to be sent back to the plant with the Delta Power administrators to dismantle the hardware and possibly use it for their own motivations. Expressing farewell to Madison and General Orland, Klein sheets a V-22 Osprey to be brought back home to Virginia. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.